Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to life to Magic Mom Ministries. I am Nina Diedrich, and I'm the Magic Mom, and I'm here to do your magic love note for today. Excuse me, I am a little bit scratchy and trying to fight off another cold. I think. Send me some lots of love today, guys. Okay, not feeling so hot. um, we're going to pull cards from a few different decks today. I apologize for the late start. My son missed his bus this morning, so I'm getting a little bit of a late start today when my husband takes him to school. All right, let's start today off with a Divine Wisdom card like we did yesterday. I also apologize for the misinformation about Mercury retrograde yesterday. I am kind of a dope, and I shouldn't answer questions before I check my calendar. But I totally thought we were a week ahead. I think I just can't wait for Thanksgiving. It's almost pie time. I'm excited. Okay, so we pulled this one last week a little bit. So it looks like we may have a little bit of a carryover from last week. And we get the Lavender Field card again today, and it says, God the Father is knowing, the parent of all understandings, the begetter of all experience, for you cannot experience that which you do not know. That is always a good reminder for us as well. All right, let's get our Universe Has Your Back card by Gabrielle Bernstein. And if I didn't say already, the first card I picked was actually out of the Conversations with God Divine Wisdom deck by Neil Donald Walsh, and that goes with the Conversations with God series, actually. All right. Let's see what the universe has to say to us today. But I got a distinct message this morning asking me what in the world I'm rushing about. So maybe today we all seem like we're running around with like a bunch of chickens with our heads cut off, rushing around trying to get something done, and we just need to breathe and settle down, I think. There's our card right here. Oh, I am the dreamer of my dream. Okay, so no matter how fast other people say we should be moving on whatever our said dream is, it's really easy for us to get stuck in the dogma of what we should be doing instead of what we could be doing. So try to keep yourself in a place of what you could be doing instead of a place of what you should be doing. And slow down a little bit today. We may be a little bit more prone to accidents. It could be the reason why I got the what are you rushing for? Oh, goodness. Oh, we get some good cards today. And some not so. Okay. Well, not that any cards are not good, but we do have one that I have not seen for a bit. So let's start there, okay? We pulled out the Tower card today. So in the Wild Unknown Tarot by Kim Kranz, in her deck, she made the Tower into a tree that's been struck by lightning. And as you can see, it was not just struck once, but twice, okay? And it basically just ensures the fact that the change is going to be made. So if you have been sort of waffling about a decision, today something may come about that makes that more concrete, that more definite, I guess, is more the word I'm looking for, because we pull it out with the moon card. Okay, so I don't know if you can kind of see the similarity between these cards right here, but you see what I mean? The moon card is about our unconscious fears, things that are hidden below the surface. Also, it's about our inner thought processes, the way we talk back and forth with our ego, that kind of thing. And looks like it came out with the Ace of Pentacles card today, which tells me there may be some sort of a new opportunity being brought to your attention today, which could create that tower moment in the fact that you have to make a decision about what you're going to do. But intuitively, you're going to make the right decision, because here is the High Priestess. And she's here to say, everything's going to be just fine. Let it happen as it will. Which is a good reminder, because sometimes we get stuck in our impatience and we want to make things happen faster, right? Let's get one now from our Affirmators deck by Knock Knock Stuff. Let's see if we can get a clarifier for the Moon and the Tower card. Let's get the Tower first. Oh, I just pulled out 3. Beautiful. Okay, so it looks like the key to today is going to be trusting in our authenticity. So we have trust, authenticity, and then we pull the forgiveness card as well. So maybe what's really keeping us blocked here is the fact that we have not quite forgiven ourselves for whatever this tower moment was, and the fact that we called it in on ourselves. But the reality of it is whether or not you called it in or not, it probably still would have happened, because it was still a lesson you needed to learn. So congratulations, you're being given one of the most powerful superpowers there is: forgiveness. Imagine that you've been bitten by a radioactive forgiver. The point is, you suddenly have the ability to forgive people for their flaws, their bad days, their unkind moments, and their mistakes. And the best thing about forgiveness is that you can apply it to yourself too. Have fun wielding your new power. But remember, with great forgiveness comes great inner peace, right? So in forgiveness, we often get the reminder as well that in order to give or to get the inner peace, we have to give up the emotional baggage we've been carrying it around in, right? Which is where our authenticity comes in. Authenticity is now the name of the game. Whatever comes up, I'm going to feel it. Whatever needs to be said, I'm going to say it. And whoever doesn't get it, well, they don't need to get it. But at least they know it, because I've said it. And that's way better than leaving a passive-aggressive post-it note about it. So we're also being asked to really be honest and authentic about the way we feel about all things. Because if we don't show our trust, the universe can't bring us shit. So I trust that everything will be okay in the end, partly because I simply know it in my gut, but also because it's way more fun to live with trust and confidence than be defensive wiener. I know I personally am trying to move away from defensive wienerness. You should too. How about you come along for the ride with me? Let's see what the Earth Magic deck by Stephen D. Farmer has to say today about our trust, forgiveness, and authenticity. We get the dance card again. So celebration is what we're going to be doing. I think we're going to be celebrating the fact that we have come out the other side and no one has a hold on us anymore. And if you haven't gotten to that point yet, stick with me. I'll get you there eventually. But it's going to mean you're going to have to give something up. And it may be your grudges. Because the fairies are calling in their earth magic to help us heal this planet. And the best way they do that is with humor. So I don't know if you've had some funny, humorous things happen to you that really gave you a wake-up call lately, but if you did, it may have been the little people. They have a tendency to use humor as their biggest lesson. And if it's not there, you'll hear it in your dream time. In our sleep is when we're creating the most, contrary to popular belief. It's when your ego takes the back seat, so your subconscious and your other consciousness areas can come to the forefront. When our souls leave our body during sleep is when our soul is out doing most of its fun work. So make sure you're keeping a dream journal. It may be fun to see where you go and celebrate it. Celebrate everything. None of us are guaranteed another second on this planet. Treat every moment like it's your last, because it might be. And I don't mean that to sound like a fear projection. It just is what it is. So why waste the time you have? And what are you rushing towards? Enjoy the ride while you're here. We'll all return home in the end. How about we get a couple cards from the Crystal Unicorn Tarot by Pamela Chen to close out today? But honestly, I really think we have been given a really important message today. So let's get a couple more cards and then I'm going to recap. The message for today to close out this reading, please. There we go, right there. And we have the Ace of Swords card. So our final card for today is going to be the ability to cut all the bullshit out, make the decision we need to make, because the universe is giving us the best tool to do the job. Okay, this is what the universe is handing to you right now. You'll see this little unicorn hoof is balancing a sword with a crown covered in, looks like laurel leaves and something else. So, and also, if you'll notice in the background, the 6 yods. Okay, so in astrology, those are considered the finger of God. So the divinity in you is really trying to hand you something. What is it? It could be the key to unlock this reason that you have to dance, but maybe you need to forgive somebody in order to unlock that. And maybe that somebody's just yourself. And maybe it's just forgiving yourself for not being where you think you should be right now. But what you're forgetting is you're exactly where you're supposed to be. Good morning, Nara Marie. So let's do our recap really quick before we close this out. Since timing is a little bit off today and I'm late and we forgot about the time change. So, okay, we started off this reading today talking about trust, forgiveness, and authenticity were our cards from the Affirmators deck, okay? So we're really going to have to count on those to help us unlock what we learned in our dream time that we have cause to celebrate, because the earth is giving us gifts. She may be using the little people to do it. So look out for the humorous situations in your life today. That's usually where you'll find them. But our big moment came when we pulled the cards out of the Wild Unknown deck. We pulled the Tower, the Ace of Pentacles, the Moon, and then the High Priestess, if you'll remember. So intuitively, we know what we need to do. And if we haven't done it yet, the Tower moment is going to be occurring for those of you who have not yet done what you need to do. And for that, I'm sorry, but I have been trying to warn you. The Moon is about things that are kept under wraps. So it's probably something that you haven't really talked to a lot of people about. And chances are you just need to forgive yourself and let it go. The Ace of Pentacles is about taking the new opportunity being given to you. And it was given to us by this ability to cut away all of the dogma and the lack of real authentic beliefs in our life. Because ultimately, this is what we need to remember. I am the dreamer of my dream. And we're not just working with what's been handed to us, we're creating it. I don't know if you saw that little blip off the corner of my screen just now, but Spirit is here confirming the fact that you have been given a really big message in your dream time. It's something that is to be celebrated. But in order to unlock that, you have to forgive yourself or someone else. And if you need help doing that, you know where to find me. It is ultimately what our job is it not? As a high priestess, I'm here just to hold the light up to show you the way. You have to do the work. So, from me and Magic Mom Ministries, thank you so much for joining me for this late live stream. And tomorrow, I promise I will try to be here at 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time and on time. The live streams tonight hopefully will also kick off on time. We have a little bit of a reduction in the wind here today, but it's still really windy, so we're having a little bit of problems with our internet later on in the day when we're more bombarded with usage. But we'll see how it works out. Hopefully it'll be okay. But I'm going to leave you with our note from the divine. Remember, God the Father is knowing, the parent of all understanding, and the begetter of all experience. For you cannot experience that which you do not know. And that's what we're here to do, is it not? Experience what we already know. And what you think you don't know, I may be able to remind you of. So remember, because you are blessed, go out and be a blessing, because you are every day in my life. And I thank you so much for joining me again. I'll be back at 5 p.m. so we can continue. The universe has your back. Bye, everybody. Have a beautiful day.